There we go. That's perfect. Good shoot. Good job, bro. All right. All right. Anybody on the conference call? All right. No sweat. No sweat. We streaming live on TikTok. Hey, Shalom, TikTok was good. We streaming on YouTube. ISUPK Atlanta on YouTube and on Facebook, the same thing. Shout out to everybody on the check-in right now. I see you out there. I see you coming in on the on TikTok. Was good. We're gonna get into this breakdown of the movie uh, Leave the World Behind. All right. So let me introduce y'all. Shalom, Lord Christ Israel. I'm Priest and Officer 1000, the Kashawan of the ISUPK. We started out in 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York under Commander General Yohana. This is the Tuesday night brotherhood class. We do this class every week, 7 to 9 p.m. We do it live on TikTok, IG, YouTube, and Facebook, and Twitter as well, all with the same handle. We have a physical school here in Georgia. We're in Decatur at 3353 Glenwood Road. All right, come on down here to Decatur and get these lessons, man, and get tuned in and locked in. We are going to go into the movie Leave the World Behind. All right, I'll get any questions you got out the way right now. I'm gonna check online real quick. Shout out to everybody watching. And if you on TikTok and you on Facebook and you on YouTube, just comment below and let us know if you saw the movie at least. All right. Hey, what's going on? I see you out there. What up? What up, Amatas? I see you. Shalom, Lord Christ. Let us know if you at least watched the movie. Okay. You can let me know what your thoughts are, whatever. What's going on? The more girl, what up? And we'll get into it, man. Because I found the movie, I had to watch it 3 times. Like low key, I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to watch it 3 times, man. And the movie boring, man. It's boring, it's bland. And I had to legit watch it 3 times in order to piece together what it is that I'm actually seeing. All right. And to be perfectly honest with you, the thing that I saw in the movie was America. That's what I saw. Leave the World Behind is about America. All right. What they're trying to do with the movie is turn it and convert it into the show Friends. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to turn it into Friends, the movie. I mean, the show. Now, why do I say that? I say that because that is the common theme in the movie. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, Barry, what up? I see you. What's happening? Friends, the show Friends, is the common thread in the theme in this whole entire movie, right? It is whispered. They want to, it's a constant thing to want to see this movie, particularly by one character, and the character represents innocence and represents hope of what she wants America to be. The reason why I said it's a kumbaya movie is because this movie is, can't we all just get along? And they want to use the girl, whose name is Rose, to usher in the new world of us being together and us living together in perfect harmony and peace. And hence the reason why at the end of the movie, she's the sole survivor and she's watching the episode of Friends. Now, here's the comparison with Friends, right? In this movie, each character represents an actual person in America. The house that they're in represents America. Okay, now stay with me. The house that they live in, right, they're in, represents America. Okay. There are 6 characters in the house trying to get along in the house. It's just like Friends. Same thing. And they want it to be just that. However, it is not that at all. Here's the other correlation. Anybody on YouTube, Facebook, IG, and TikTok, how many characters were in that movie? Let's have a little fun tonight. Just a little bit. How many characters were in the movie? Halak, what's good? Shalom, I see you. How many characters were in that movie? Somebody said a good job. Barack, what's going on, Barack Yalla? What's happening? 6 characters in the movie. Now, how many characters in the show Friends? Anybody want to take a guess at that? How many characters in the show Friends? 6. 6. Same thing. Now I'll go through the characters of the movie. Okay. The cat who's about to play Blade, I don't want to butcher his name. I think it's Mahershala Ali or something Ali. Right? This dude is your average typical black man in America. Very passive, very submissive to authority, doesn't say anything, just kind of he's intelligent, sure, but he's very fearful and very timid also, and just very passive. Okay. Then his daughter is the representation of like our women, always talking up for us when we're shy and we can't say nothing for ourselves and we're weak in that moment. Our women, black women, are the ones, I'm gonna say exactly what and that's what the daughter represents. Okay. The Ethan Hawke character, typical white guy, just kind of bland, kind of there. He's kind of teetering between a different field. He kind of believes black people, but he don't, and he's kind of trustworthy, but he's not, type of deal. He doesn't believe the threat until it actually presents itself. No, we're not GD. Okay. Julia Roberts' character, of course, we all know is a Karen, entitled. She's a Karen. The boy child, I forget his name. He's irrelevant, really. He represents the white male. Wears a rock star shirt. He wants to be a rock star. Gets pictures of girls, and is actually sexualizing the black girl in the movie, zooming in on her, perving out on her. All he needs is a yacht. That's typically what, what that is. The young college boy, going out, the frat boy. And then there's Rose, who is supposed to be innocence. Okay? All she wants to do is just watch Friends. Damn, all this other stuff that's actually presented itself and the elements and things that are actually speaking to Rose. She is the representation of innocence. Okay. Now, here's why I say that the house represents America. Now, stay with me. We know historically, okay, that America doesn't belong to a certain nation of people. Right? We know this. The house actually belongs to someone else. So Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke's character, they're in this house. It's not theirs. The real owners show up to the house. Much like all of us, Native Indigenous people, when we go and talk about the house that is rightfully ours, a Julia Roberts character will come out of nowhere and start talking about what they're entitled to. Oh, well, we got this right. We got this the right way. This, we got it like this, and then they start going to the rule book. It's an Airbnb that's not yours. Yet she's going to consult a policy and procedure to override the person's house who it actually belongs to. She's going to override it. Does that not happen in America? If you go to our page right now on YouTube, if you go to ISUPK Atlanta on YouTube, all of y'all on TikTok and Facebook right now, go to ISUPK Atlanta on YouTube, right? There's a video up there. It says Biden's border invasion. All right. And in that video, it's a short. In that video, there's a oppressor, a white man at the border complaining about immigrants coming over into this country. He's like, isn't this our country? Yeah, this is our country, right? And how are you going to let these people in here? He's so entitled. Yet California and Arizona, and that was Mexico. That's where the tribe of Issachar was. Last time I checked, history. You understand? But it's that sense of entitlement, just like Julia Roberts' character in the movie. She is that, and she went right to that rule book. Oh, let me go. Let me see what's going. Well, I need to get the policy. We need to go to, because again, in the comment section of our videos, I just posted a video recently on TikTok, okay, of Colby Covington getting pissed at LeBron James and saying, "Oh, how can he be pissed at a country that provided him billions of dollars? If he don't like it, he needs to get out of here." And you should have seen the comment section. If you go to our page right now, the other ISUPK Atlanta page, you'll see the comments of all the Julia Roberts characters telling us we need to get out of here, and you won the country when you stole it. That's obvious. Let's just get it out the way, people. Come on, man. This is not nothing that you haven't heard before. You stole the country. You stole land. It didn't belong to you. You broke treaties, and you pillaged and unalived people, a nation of people, and you're now having this sense of entitlement, like, oh, this belongs to me. You are a tourist. You are a guest in this Airbnb. You are a guest. Never get that confused, people. You're a guest in this Airbnb. You don't belong here. You can consult with the manager and the policies if you want to. It's mine. I earned it. I got it. And that's what Julia Roberts' character represents. That house is America. And all of the characters that dwell in that house are trying to get along. That's exactly what it is. But we're here to tell you to leave that world behind. Leave it behind. The ISUPK and the Commander Junior Honda are telling Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people today that you should absolutely leave that world behind. And what world am I talking about? That kumbaya world that the movie tries to promote. They don't want you here. Get out. You should leave. Separate. So let's break down these characters. What's up? Oh, what's going on, man? I see you out there. What's going on, everybody?
Shalom, Adawan, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shabbat Rakatah, sir.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh. What's going on with you, warrior? You good?
I'm Tawab, sir. How about yourself?
And I'm solid, man. About to crack this class over. You know how I do it, man.
Let's rock it out, sir.
Yeah. You got any questions, brother? You good?
La, sir.
All right, solid. How many people we got online? We got people on Facebook. Like I said, type your questions in. We'll get them out the way. But let me break down the character. All right. JJ on TikTok said blah, 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 blah. Shout out to JJ. Not really, though. Let's get into the brother's character. All right, let's get into his character real fast. The passive black man in this country today, which is you, black man. You're very, very passive. You're very, very just like, you just like him in the movie. There's a guest in your house, and you're not saying nothing about it. You okay? And it's so messed up that he actually paid them. Like, what kind of world? What world is that? That's this world we living in right now. We living in it right now. we are paying rent and mortgage for a land that we own. Ain't that bizarre? And who's reaping the benefits of the land? It's not us. It's not the indigenous.
Right.
It's not the slaves that helped build it. You know? But that passive character of that brother is not acceptable. When you go into your house and there's somebody else there, you should be upset about that. You should be upset about that. You should be absolutely pissed, especially if they're claiming ownership over the house, just like she was in the house. I got you. Give me 1 second. Somebody, where is the shield of David in the Bible? I'll get it for you in a second, brother. There ain't no problem. And actually, too, you could look up Esther 8:8 if you wanted to. And it's the seal of David. Every king had a seal. Then he had a ring that they would sign a document with. It's called a signet. All right. David's name in Hebrew is Dawada. It's a triangle, a Y shape, and another triangle. And when you intersect those, you get the seal of David, Esther 8:8. And the funny thing about that, too, is when the so-called Jewish man wears this, nobody says anything.
That's right.
When a black man puts it on, it becomes a problem.
That's right.
Which goes to show you exactly the point here. And I'll get to that later, too. We're going to get on that, too. All right. So let's get into, what's the name? Mahershala character. Give me Ecclesiastes 7:7 real fast.
Common Khan, sir.
All right. Truth or dare, ain't no sweat, brother. It's no problem, man. You're all right, brother. You're all right. Ecclesiastes 7:7, because and pardon me if I'm butchering this cat's name, because there's a lot of Mahershala. I think it's Mahershala. Yeah. Mahershala's character is the representation of a black man in America. You know, he's passive. He'll see violence, but he'll go to his job and be like, well, all lives matter. You know, he'll utter things like that. He's very passive. He's just like, okay, well, I see it happening. I'm just going to ignore the sign. I'm not going to say nothing. And then your lady has to say something because you're a punk. You see it, but you're not mad at it because you think everything's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. But the scripture says something totally different. You got that for me, Hala?
Common Khan, sir.
Read it when you got it out.
Common Khan. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7.
Right.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. When they ask us in ISUPK, why y'all mad, man? Why y'all so angry? Because we know we're oppressed.
That's right.
Only a fool will think that he's not. Only a fool would think he's not. Let's go to JJ real fast. JJ, you're going to be the highlight of our night tonight. JJ said, talk about fake movies, LOL. Gotcha. You have to talk about things that are put out in society. Right? And I'll give you a perfect example, JJ. When the movie The Ten Commandments came out, right, with Charlton Heston, I believe his name is, okay? They portrayed Moses to be a white man, okay? Inside of this book, he is not that at all. Now, I'm going to assume safely that you are not Black, Hispanic, or Native Indigenous. Let's just say your lineage has whitewashed documents. Your lineage has whitewashed paintings, books, and other documents pertaining to the true Jews of the Bible. You Mexican? Okay, that's solid. Now I'm going to talk to you better. I'm going to talk to you as a brother. I'm sure that I'm going to go with the Mexican thing. And this Mahershala thing applies to you too, because the white man has taken all of your land, including California, Arizona. I mean, you name Texas is not yours anymore. It used to be. So you should be pissed. However, I digress. The character in this movie is you, but you have to understand that you are oppressed people. So when you talk about the whitewashing, that has happened to us. So you have to go to the source of history. You got to go to a history book and find out otherwise. Now, why would somebody in Hollywood falsely depict Moses as another race when he is not white at all? He is black. The Passion of the Christ, right? Another movie, documentation that they whitewash. Make no mistake about it either. Pictures can be whitewashed. A movie is called a motion picture, and it can be whitewashed as well. All right? So keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. They did it with Passion of the Christ. Christ is not a white man. He is not. That's in the book of Revelations. All right? Chapter 1, 13 through 15 gives an accurate description of what this brother looks like. So that's why we're breaking it down from a movie perspective, because people don't read books no more. They watch movies. And what better way to falsely depict people and people believe it than putting it in the movie? So although the movie is fictitious, there's still a little element of real there. Just to your point. Read that again from the top, Halak.
Con, sir. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Yep. Keep going.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroyeth the heart. What's the gift? What's the gift that is given to us, man? What's the gift? What would our oppressor use as a gift to give to us? What does he always use, man? He always use some type of peace or some type of promise of something. What did he give the native indigenous person? A promise of land. And it destroys every time, because a gift will trick you to believe that the person who's oppressing you is not oppressing you. The gift would be like wick. A gift would be like government cheese. Go ahead, somebody says Salaki. Hey, Shalom, what's going on, Michael?
And then to it, sir. Hey, Salaki, sir, if I could,
yeah.
Would Christmas be a gift?
Christians?
No, sir, Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah, you damn right Christmas could be a gift. Because why? It's something that further oppresses you. Christmas, especially because it's coming up, is a form of an oppression. Why do I say that? Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indigenous man. If you don't bring them kids something home for Christmas, what's going to happen to you? Anybody want to answer that? As a matter of fact, Makula, what happens if a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indigenous man doesn't bring a gift home for Christmas for them kids?
Like I said, do he risk being put out by that woman?
Yes, he not at risk. He's going to get put out. Now he has to. Now this brother has to run around the city, okay, and find something for these kids because of the thought of being put out the house. And somebody, Brock Yalla said too, he'd be considered a bad father. That's oppression. That's being oppressed in your own house. You know what I mean? You just got to sit there with that feeling that if you don't provide on this day, you're a bad father and you're going to get put out the house? That's a terrible way to live. Go ahead. Who says Salaki?
Shalom on Christ. Officer Mahershala, check it in.
Mahershala, Shalom on Christ. What's good, man?
Hey, everything's good. Everything's wild, sir.
Solid, man. Solid. Did anybody see this movie, Just Leave the World Behind? Anybody see it?
Con, sir.
Wow.
Okay, Halak said he saw it. Makula, you saw it?
Like it, sir. I tried to watch it, but I couldn't. Like, I felt like I had ADHD trying to watch it. I couldn't focus on it.
Yeah, it do give you kind of vertigo. That camera be going like this, and you're like, "Oh no, what's happening, Lord?" Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. It is. It's definitely a slow burn for sure. It was like, you know, I had to watch it 3 times. I was bored out of my mind. I was like, God damn, this is terrible, man. Holy Christ. But because I love my people, I'll watch it. I'm willing to put myself through that for y'all. But yeah, so we're talking about their oppression, but you're damn right. Christmas is, man. And give me Proverbs 24:5 real fast, too. All right, since we're talking about a wise man, because they would consider us, they would say that we're not wise, you know, us and ISUPK, because of the fact that we're mad. We need to cool out. We need to We need to calm down. We need to love. We love our people. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? You missed the part when the guy pulled the gun on the white kid. Yeah, I think you're missing the point. In the beginning, sure. That's what I'm talking. I'm going from the beginning to the end, brother. You got to stay with me. You got to stay with me. Jesus Christ. But no, you good. For the white. Oh yeah, the defending of him. Ain't no problem. I mean, that happens a lot. You know what's so crazy? Because the show Friends and this movie go hand in hand so much. They tried to make it. Wasn't Mahershala's character dancing with the chick too? At Julia Roberts' character, he's like, yeah,
Right.
They're trying to force him. Earlier, she couldn't stand him.
Right.
She treating him like she's a police officer. Where's your ID? You're in his house. What in the hell are you talking about? Where's my ID? Where the hell is your? As a matter of fact, get your stuff and leave. Get out. Why are you asking for my ID? I ain't got to prove nothing. I got a key to this lockbox over here. I ain't really got to say too much of nothing. But that's that entitlement, that spirit, man. That's that spirit. And that is America. That in that house, because she purchased it, she's like, yo, this is mine right now. Damn you. But we have to be wiser as men. You have to understand who your enemy really is and understand how they move, how they operate. Because if you're going off and you want to be friends with them, it ain't going to end up like the show. It's not going to be like that. You understand? They end up turning you into the guest. You end up becoming like Steve Urkel. You just coming, hey, yeah, what's going on, y'all? I'm just stopping by. It's your house, dog. It's your house. Issachar, Mexican. It's your house. Native Indigenous man. It's your house.
That's right.
It's your house. Why are you treated like the guest in your place? You have to apologize for saying freedom of speech, right? A policy not created by us, but freedom of speech nonetheless. Created by the tourist that's here right now, right? Guess what? You don't have that right. You don't have freedom of speech, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indigenous man. You don't have freedom of speech. So the rules don't even apply to you because somebody wrote the rules because they think it's their house. But you have to be wise in that. You got Proverbs 24:5?
Common Khan, sir.
Go ahead, read it when you got it.
Common Khan, sir. The book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 5. A wise man is strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, a man of knowledge increases strength.
For those of you that couldn't hear him, Proverbs 24:5 says, a wise man is strong. Yea, a man of knowledge increaseth strength. The more you know, it's just like boxing. When you are a great fighter and you've been fighting for a while, you know the enemy. You study him. Okay? You study the movement. You study the way that they punch, and you know how to dodge. That brother is strong because of the fact that he knows and understands the movements of the enemy or the person that he's in conflict with. He just has to be smarter. A wise man is strong. First scripture says, surely a precious maketh a wise man mad. This one says a wise man is strong. Okay? The two and two go hand in hand. So if you are oppressed man, it makes you wise because you'll go, man, I'm oppressed. The question is, oppressed by who? That's the question. Oppressed by who? And then once you know who you are oppressed by, then Proverbs 24:5 will come in and say, a wise man is strong. And you'll get wisdom on how to deal with the oppressor. And then it says, a man of knowledge, yea, a man of knowledge increaseth strength. Now, how would that be? Because you can instill what you know and the wisdom you have into other brothers. Now, there's a certain nation of people that practice this method, and it's not Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people. There's a certain militarized type of nation of people that do this. Actually, Africans do it. The white man does it. Asians do it. They pass down the knowledge of how to deal with us and how to conquer lands and how to unalive and what, genocide, whatever you name, they'll pass it down. It's almost like in their DNA. They pass it down to their kids. We pass down fear to our children. We pass down hold your hands attended to our kids. We pass down what to say to a police officer to our children. Those other nations who I name, they don't pass that down to their children. They pass down things like this. You can be whatever you want to be, you know, with no money. You can just do whatever the hell, you can do whatever you want to, you know. You could do whatever you want to. We're not raised that way. However, when you are raised that way, you have strength and you can increase it by telling another brother that same thing, which is what we're doing tonight. Now, I know the world of TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, I know the internet world wouldn't approve of it, but the Lord approves of it. The Lord wants separation. The Lord doesn't want us to commingle. Salvation is for the Jews. Now, why would an Italian need salvation? Salvation from what? He's not oppressed. Why would an Asian need salvation? For what? He's not oppressed. Why would the African need salvation? He's not oppressed. For what? Why? Mexico, the border, people getting put in cages. California, Texas, Arizona, you name it, have all been taken away from the tribe of Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. He's oppressed, yet they're calling him an immigrant, illegal immigrant. They're calling him that, when the very person who took his land is the actual immigrant. That's oppression. They're telling Black people to go back to Africa when the Africans sold us, put us on a boat and send us over here to build the country. Now you're telling us to go back to where we can't. Come on, man. That's oppression. Is it not? Because when we say that, if I say right now, man, go back to a cave. If I say that right now, guess what the comment section will look like? It'll look like this. You just stop teaching. Hey, don't do this. You shouldn't say that. That's wrong. Why? Somebody said it to me. What's the problem? It's the house that we live in, and we're trying to get along, and it doesn't work out that way because somebody actually owns the house. Somebody's actually a guest. The two are going in backwards. It's backwards, and even is so in the movie, right? Mahershala Ali's character does what? Halak, you seen it, right?
Concert.
Where does he go in the house to sleep?
Salakia, sir. In the basement.
In the basement. It's his house. He goes to the basement to sleep. When he was going down them stairs, it looked like a slave ship to me. Like, I know it's messed up, but the minute he was walking down the stairs, it looked like he was going into a cargo slave ship. That's what it looked like to me. Why is the owner of the house going into the basement? Because he is your typical average Black man in America, in that house, and he's submitting to the authority that he believes is his authority. He'll go into that basement. He's going proud too. Proud. It's okay, you know, because he's a punk. You can't. There's no way in blue hell should the owner. Why? I tell you one thing. You're on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, right? Let me know if you would have went in the basement if it's your house. All the white people would you have gone into the basement. We're gonna see now, because Halak, I know you're not going into the basement a lot.
Hell no, sir.
Right. Halak said, I'm not going in the basement, man. This is my house. Somebody's leaving, man. Hey, Makulat, would you have gone into the basement, Makulat?
Live, sir.
Hey, Mama Saw, you the window to the basement? Mama Saw would be like, nah. As a matter of fact, hold that halak. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 13. And y'all can chime in too. Get Deuteronomy 28 and 13.
Come.
Lock out.
All right, hold that halak. Somebody says Salaki, go ahead.
This young man Desmond checking in.
Hey, young man, Desmond, what's good? Shalom, Lord Christ.
Shalom, Lord Christ. Here, thank you, Rob.
Come. Hey, Robin, they're killing them in the chat, man. Y'all better leave that warrior alone, man. Ready to go. You got that halak? You got Deuteronomy 28 and 13?
Come, sir.
Here's why a black man shouldn't be in the basement of his own house. It's the reason why Mahershala Ali's character is doing that, because again, he is the representation of a black man in America right now. It is tons of black men in America. This is how heavy it is. There are tons of black men in America right now, right, that on the inside said that his character is crazy. Now, why would he be going down? It's his house. Yet they would do the same thing. But it's because they don't know their importance. They don't know that they're special. They don't know the importance of power. You have more power than you think, black man. It's your house. Read that for me when you got it.
Come, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 13. And the Lord shall make thee the head.
The Lord shall make you the head. Top. The top. You are the head. This is in Deuteronomy too. Okay. The Lord shall make you the head. Keep going.
And not the tail.
And not the tail. You, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indigenous man in that house, in that America, you think you're the tail. That's why you go down there. That's why you would be like, oh, well, I'm going down. It's okay. I'll submit. I'm below him. I'll go down. Man, damn that. The Lord made you the head, man. The top. You're separate from everybody else, man. You're better. You're better at everything. Yet you feel like you're not enough. I'm going down to the basement. I'm a be the bigger man. No, man, be the more righteous man. Tell him to go outside, man.
That's right.
Tell him to get out. Get out my house. Why don't you go back to where you came from? That type of thing. You know what they give us, you know? Keep going.
Come, sir. And thou shalt be above only.
Read that part again.
And thou shalt be above only.
Thou shalt be above only. Above. Only. It don't say maybe. It don't say perhaps. Thou shalt be above only. So you'll go down into that basement, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indigenous man. You'll go down into that basement knowing damn well is wrong, but won't do a damn thing about it because you're passive. You're a punk. It's high time for you to wake up out of that type of sleep, man. It's high time for you to wake up out of that sleep. Get some courage about yourself. Your woman wants you to be a leader. She wants you to be in charge because guess what? She's tired of doing it. She's tired of speaking up for you and taking up for you and being the voice and playing the man part, which is that's what that daughter was doing. That is the representation of how the sisters are. Always got to speak up for us. Damn that what? I don't want you going to war for me. I got it.
That's right.
I got it. That's the problem.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Yeah, how about Shimon Shabbat? Young man Paul checking in.
Hey, Shalom Yabashim. What's going on with you, young man Paul? You too wild, brother?
On.
Oh man, we got all the brothers on the check, man. Let's get some sisters on the call, man. Speak up for that woman that was in that movie, man. We need a testament of that. But yeah, you should always be above, man. Only.
That's
Keep
right.
going a lot.
Come, sir. Thou shalt not be beneath.
Thou shalt not be beneath. Read it again.
Come, sir. And thou shalt not be beneath.
Okay. Why? Keep going.
If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God,
There you go. Keep going.
which I command thee this day to observe and to do them.
Here's what you should do in this instance, black man. We're in the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 13. Okay. You are always going to be above. We have that it factor. We have that salt. We have it. We are only to be above. Only. Not in the basement, not beneath. You know you're like that anywhere. We're the strongest, we're the fastest, you name it, we're the best at it. That is also a video on our YouTube page as well. We're the best at everything.
Right.
But yet you want to feel like you beneath. That's all. You want to feel beneath. And you ask yourself, well, what do I play? Where am I? Where am I in the world? Millions and millions of black men question themselves by the time they get 15 first, then in their 20s, and then in their 30s and their 40s. And their question is this: what's my purpose in life? Because you're always trying to find out what the hell it is. Your purpose is to be above. Your purpose is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments which our Father has given us. And place yourself above and never beneath, man. That's the point.
Right.
That's the point. But Mahershala's character knows what's wrong, but he thinks what he's doing is right. It's right. What he's doing is American. That's a black man in that house known as America. He's going to submit himself and put himself in the basement in his own house. And we're doing that in this country. We put ourselves at the bottom, man. We shouldn't. We should only put ourselves above and on top. Read that again from the top a lot.
Common sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 13. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail.
Right.
And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath.
Thou shalt not be beneath. Keep going.
If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them.
Observe the commandments and do them. All of them. You understand? That's what gives you your power. That's what gives us the confidence. That is what makes us wise. Proverbs 24 and 5. A wise man is strong. Yea, a man of knowledge increases his strength. That confidence that we have, you see us walking around with, we got hard light in the face. It's hard to look at us sometimes. It's because we are wise. And we know that we're above. When we go places, and a lot of brothers could attest this, when we go places, people treat us totally different. They look at us totally different too. Because we're not the typical. If Mahershala Ali sat in here right now, he sat in this chair right here, it would be a total complete opposite. Now, he has money, right? But because of the zeal that we have, it's a total two different brothers. I can look at my oppressor and be like, yo, you're and we slave for oppressors. We work in corporate environments, and they know what we do. We wear the shield of David. We don't fear it. We don't fear it at all. So go ahead, Allah.
I guarantee he will come into school, sit down, and cross his legs.
And then ask me where the ladies' room is. This brother gonna sit down in here. All right. I don't know if he ham. I don't know. Let me just, you get an average black actor, you get Will Smith in here, and you sit him down in this chair, okay? He gonna sit in here, and he gonna be timid, he be sitting like this, But I thought God loves everybody, and you got to love everybody. Because that's what that house teaches him. He grew up in America. He grew up in that house that's talking about, can we all just get along? That is not the house of the Lord, man. It is not the house of the Lord, man. The house of the Lord is of the 12 tribes of Israel. We have to keep brotherhood. We have to keep love to one another. We can't sleep with nobody's wife. You can't sell drugs. It's a totally different world, which is the whole point. The brothers in ISUPK, we left the world behind. We actually did it. And the sisters of the school and the children of the school too. And we'll prove that to you in another week. In another week, the ISUPK, the Atlanta division down here, is doing a doll test. The same exact doll test that was done in the 40s and then in the 80s. We're going to do one here at the school with the children of the school. Because in the house of the Lord, we know who the beautiful doll is. We know. And we're going to prove it to the world that inside of your house, you teach the thing that America wants you to teach your children. But in the house of the Lord, we teach what the Lord told us to teach our children. That is the difference. See how we make the analogy, the correlation, the house? That's important to know. Because in this house, where we are, this world that we're in, it ain't no room for the oppressor. He's not even allowed in here. He's not allowed in here. You understand? They can't come in here and conquer. That's how Dylan Roof was able to do what he did to them black people in that church.
Right.
He was able to do that because they allowed it in that world. In that world, in that house, we shall overcome. But anytime you get together with the oppressor, that's what happens. What did Columbus come to discover? The new what? Anybody want to take a stab at it?
Lock it, sir.
Go ahead, Locke.
Would that be the new world?
The new world. He came to discover what world? You see what happened, and you see what happened then, right? Came over here. The world was already existing. Native indigenous people existing in the world. He wanted to come discover the new world, which the world he's referring to was to come over and conquer and pillage and enslave. And now this new world has nothing to do with the people that were actually in that world to begin with. He left his old world behind to come over here. You understand? I mean, it was another cat before him, obviously, but you get the point. I'm using him as the analogy, as the example, especially with the new world aspect tied onto it. Okay? And what we chose to do was leave our old world behind and conform to this new world. When it's not our world at all. We should leave this behind. We should leave this behind. All this kumbaya and getting together and all that. It ain't worked then and it don't work now. Right. Can somebody show me in TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and all that where this kumbaya thing works? Because although we're trying it and we've been trying it, it just don't work. Black Wall Street was great. The Native Indigenous people were great before Columbus. Everybody was great.
Right.
Until the oppressor shows up. When he shows up, it's like, oh boy, here we go. We know trail tip, we know pillaging, we know. Here we go. We know that's his reputation. That's the reputation that he has, man. That's his reputation. That's his lineage. That's the world he lives in, man. You understand? We have to be separate. Leave that old world behind, black man, Hispanic man. Leave the world of kumbaya behind. Leave the world of Christmas behind. Leave the world of Halloween behind. Leave all that stuff behind. Okay? And be new. Be new. Stop trying to be friends. Stop trying to be conglomerate. Stop trying to be lovey-dovey and trying to seek their love. That's also a precept too. Seek not thy love. Stop doing it, man. It don't get us nowhere. It hasn't worked at all, but yet we're still doing it. Mahershala Ali's character is the definition of it. He's the definition of kumbaya. We shall overcome someday. He's partying with Julia Roberts after she done chastised him to tears, and he's sleeping in the basement of his own house. When do we stop this? When do we stop? Today. Let's get started today. You understand? Give me a Proverbs. You got Proverbs 24:5 again, right? Let me get that. I know you was holding that a lot.
Come on, sir.
All right.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 5. A wise man is strong. Yea, a man of knowledge increases strength.
Gotcha. Here's where we start. Here's the knowledge, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indigenous man. You are an Israelite. Here's the knowledge. Here's what books didn't teach you. The one book that it teaches you in, the one book that it's actually in, okay? They used to burn out the eyes of the slaves for trying to read it. Go figure.
Yeah.
Now, why would they be wanting to do that? That's weird. Because your history of who you are is in here. And once you find out who you are, that makes you strong. Deuteronomy 28 speaks of that. It speaks of who you are. Get that for me too real fast. We're going to go from the basics, not make it too complicated because I got to give y'all the milk, can't give y'all baby's meat, obviously. But we tied it into the movie, man. We tied it into the movie. There's an interesting scene in that movie where a ship comes crashing onto the shore, right? The ship says White Line on the side. If I'm not mistaken, White Lion was the name of a slave ship. Let's take a little stab at it, shall we? Yeah. Go figure, brother. A ship that enters into New York, cargo slave ship, named the White Line. Go figure. It's in the movie. It's in the movie. I'm not lying. I'm not making it up. It's actually in the movie. All right. And also, too, if I'm not mistaken, they keep showing this number 1619 or 1617 on the radio. It is a Seek 1619 and 1617, which is the year that the White Line pulled in there. But look it up for yourself. It's not a big deal. But you got that for me, Halak? Deuteronomy 28:16. We're giving y'all the knowledge that you are Israelites first. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Everybody knows this. We know this breakdown. For those of you online that do not know the breakdown, for the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Egypt used to be known as the house of bondage, the land of bondage, which where the Israelites were in captivity. And the Lord said he's going to bring us again. He's going to bring us to Egypt again with ships. Now, Salakia, why would he say again? Because we go into a captivity again. We go into another captivity in a place that is just like Egypt and is the house of bondage. Keep going.
Khan, sir. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
We've never seen Israel again. You've never seen that land again, man. It is currently being occupied by the so-called Jew, the Jewish man. Which, if you study words, even the word Jewish is hysterical in its own right, because the word ish, I-S-H, is a suffix. It means kind of like. You know, it's kind of like. So if the word ish is attached to Jewish, then he's kind of like a Jew. That means he's not a Jew. So then the question is, what is a Jew? You're looking at him. Halak, Jew. Mahershala, Jew. Mawasar, Jew. Makallah, we're all Jews. He's kind of like a Jew. That'd be like this, me saying this jacket is blackish. That means it's not quite black. It's kind of black. You get the point? Spanish, same thing. Ish is at the end of that. What does that mean? And they use it for the Latinos. Meaning what? He's not quite a Spaniard. He's not a Spaniard. He's kind of like. It's funny how words work.
Right.
This is basic stuff. This is not hard, man. This is not difficult stuff at all to understand. It's being presented to you. It's being presented right to you in living color, and you'll be like Mahershala Ali's character, like, oh, no, it's all right. No, it's all right. I'll go downstairs in the basement. You are a slave. You are a slave. Read it again from the top a lot, and then we're going to move on, all right?
Column Khan, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Right.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships,
Right.
by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
We ain't gonna see it again, man. There's more on that, I'm sure. Go ahead, keep going.
Column Khan, sir. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
And you will be sold unto your enemies. There, you will be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. Keep going.
And no man shall buy you.
Now I know somebody said, well, no man shall buy you. What does that mean? What does that mean? No man shall save you. Nobody's going to save you. Nobody's coming to get you. For those of you black people out there, you think you pro-Africa, right? Where are the Nigerians at? Where are the West Africans at? Where are the people from Ghana? You understand? Nobody came to save us. And if we were them, don't you think they would come get us? They didn't, because we're not them. They knew who they were selling. That's the first part. That's the first part of understanding where you are. Give me Revelations 11 and 8 to seal the point home that we are the Israelites in America. All right, Mashallah, take over from me real quick. Real quick. No, Revelations 11 and 8.
Most High Christ to all the brothers on the conference call and on on the YouTube. What was that? Revelations 11 and 8. Go ahead and read it a lot. Hey, Salam Yahweh
Yahweh Barakatah, sir. Revelations chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
I start right there. And their bodies and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city. Man, what's happening right now to our people now? We getting gunned down in the street by the people that's supposed to protect and serve us, right? You know what I'm saying? These are the people that's supposed to protect and serve us, but they kill us in the street with no problem, man. They kill us in the street with no problem and don't go home and sleep good at night. It don't even bother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You get a knee put on your neck, man. You get your knee put in your neck, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Khan, sir. Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
All right, hold on right there. One second.
That's right. All right, everybody. I'm Black. Read again from the top of Laxalaki, y'all.
Khan, Revelations chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
And their bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. What is the great city? What is the great place? Where are we at right now? Keep going.
Khan, sir. Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Which is what?
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Stop right there. We read in Deuteronomy 28 about how we're going to go into Egypt again with ships. We're going to be sold to our enemies, and nobody's coming to save us. Revelations 11 and 8 says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Now, two important things to note here. Egypt is known for bondage. And we all know what Sodom is known for. Okay? Both fell, just like this place is going to fall. America is the house of bondage because the Israelites are here and we were here slaving. And also with that, if you were in the state of Georgia, you already know the second part of that. You already know the second part of that. Let me tell you something, man. Much like San Francisco and most places in the world, America promotes sodomy, man. They promote it. They love it. Yeah. They love that, man. It's almost American. It is American to be like that and to condone it and support it. This place is spiritually Sodom and Egypt together. And this is where our bodies lay all the time. They show it, they televise it on TV. They show it. You scroll on YouTube, you see black people getting on the live all the time, man. I don't see the same thing for Africans. I don't see the same thing for Asian people. I don't see the same thing for Italians and Russians. I don't see that at all. I don't ever see that. You know, I don't see that. Keep going.
Come on, sir. Where also our Lord was crucified.
Listen, they crucify the Lord in this place. How do they crucify him? Every time you bring him up, they keep killing him in here or unaliving him. You understand? They do it. They crucify every day. And how do they do it spiritually? How does America do it? Anytime we go out on the street corners and tell people the law, statutes, and commandments, right? What Christ himself laid his life down for, right? For us, they crucify him. They crucify us all the time. Our people do it too, which is interesting. That is a fact. Our people are the ones doing it. Just like in this comment right now, in this thread right here. They're doing it right now because we're telling the truth. Meanwhile, there's a Klan rally going on somewhere, and none of these people on TikTok are going over there to say anything about that or protest that. Just like Mahershala Ali. You are all them. If you battling Nafas Ride, man, let me tell you something, man. You in there battling, I know you are. I wouldn't waste my time. I wouldn't even waste my time, man. Because Mahershala Ali's character lives and breathes right now inside the comment section on TikTok. You know, you try to tell your people something, you try to tell them the truth. Here they come with American customs telling you something else that is not American. This is not American at all.
That's right.
This is not American at all. But the person and the people that we battle, our people, go, put this away. And they'll get a policy and procedure book. Well, let me tell you something about this. And let me tell you, do you know about the law? Then you got to go into that spiel. You understand? You're not American, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indigenous man. And you notice I say Native Indigenous. I don't say Native American, obviously. You're not American, man. You're not. And the quicker you understand that, the wiser you will become, because you will detach yourself away from this world and you'll leave the world behind. You'll leave this world behind you. The people in the comment section are doing the same thing that Mahershala Ali's character would do, or any typical black person would do, in the heat of seeing the truth. They'll turn a blind eye to it. They'll turn a blind eye to it. All lives matter. What about the police? Give me Isaiah 42 and 20. They'll turn a blind eye because they love America. They love it. They love that house because the house gives them warmth and comfort, and the house gives them so much. But yet you're living in the basement of the house. And the person who is the guest in the house has taken over your house. Ain't that crazy? You'll turn a blind eye. We're going to teach you not to turn a blind eye tonight. You understand? You got that for me, Halak?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead, bro.
Come on. Isaiah chapter 42.
Verse 20.
And verse 20. Seeing many things, but thou observest not.
Seeing many things. You see a lot of things, man. You see a lot of things, but you don't observe nothing. It's like you ever hear a black person go, when they see something going on, they go, I saw it, but I ain't see it. That's exactly what we're talking about. You'll see oppression going on, and you'll see those things, but because you love America, you ain't really see it, because you want to appease some oppressor somewhere. You don't want him to think that you like the rest of the Negroes. Keep going.
Right. Come on, sir. Opening the ears, but he heareth not.
Opening up the ears, but he heareth not. You know, you don't want to hear nothing. You heard it, but you ain't really hear, huh? What is huh? I don't know. I don't know what you said, huh? Keep going.
Come on, sir. Verse 21. The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake.
The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. Okay, that's important. Keep going.
He will magnify the law. and make it honorable.
He will magnify that law and make it honorable. Brotherhood, having that as a law. You know what I mean? It's a law to have that type of brotherhood with brothers in here. And because we have it, it's magnified. That's why we have so many schools. You understand what I'm saying? That's why the schools don't fall. He's magnifying it as we speak. Even right now. You understand? There's a couple of people that don't want to hear it, but they listening. You understand? That's why when we do the prayer, we say open up the internet and the airwaves. Because we want that law to travel. We want that feeling and that spirit to travel to all of those who have ears and want to listen. We want it to travel and get people, because that's how we got into the truth. We didn't get into the truth by not saying anything. We got into the truth because we heard something that resonated with us in the moment of understanding that we're an oppressed people. All of us, I can guarantee you, we got in one way or another, right? This one way for sure. Something, an atrocity was happening to your people, and then somebody started saying something about it. You know, you see an unarmed black man being unalived, and you feel it. You're like, damn, man, that makes me mad. And then as you're going on YouTube, you hear a group, or you see a group of strong brothers talking about the thing that you feel that was wrong, and they're actually saying it. So it gives you the courage and the confidence to be like, damn, I want to be a part of that, because they're saying the thing that I feel, and they're not afraid to say it.
That's right.
That's how most of us came in here. Off of an injustice, and somebody says something, man. You understand? That is it. Magnifying it to such a degree where this school has grown because of it. One man held on to the truth, held on to the law, statute, commandment, and we all here. We grown because of it. Keep going, and that's absolutely honorable. Keep going.
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
If I may, this brings something to mind that happened to me a couple weeks ago. If I may, sir.
Please go ahead.
I had went to see my doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my doctor is a brother, and there was a young oppressor doctor alongside him, and I believe that she was doing her intern,
right?
Because she's not normally there. Okay. So during my appointment, I noticed that my doctor, he was going out of his way, you know, just above and beyond to make her feel comfortable.
Right.
To the point that he was cracking jokes about his skin being ashy.
Wow.
And I was like, and it was like he was expecting me to laugh in on it.
Right, to be in on it. Yep.
And I'm sitting in the room with my shield on, you know, and I'm like, brother, why is she doing this?
Right.
Why is, I'm looking at him like, why? That just goes to show, like the movie, the brother. It's obvious that the brother was well off in the movie.
Right.
But he still subjected himself to sleep in the basement on the floor.
Right. Right.
So even though my doctor being a black man with all his credentials,
mm-hmm.
you know, he still would humiliate himself to make this young oppressor doctor doing her internship with no credentials whatsoever.
That's the heavy part.
He still would belittle himself to make her feel comfortable in his own right.
Right.
You know.
Damn, that's heavy, man. That's heavy. So you basically cooning out
Exactly.
to seek the love of another nation who doesn't love him at all.
Common concert.
That's a common, brother. Let me tell you something. That's a common thing that happens in our community. It's Mahershala Ali, you know. I just don't want to be perceived like everybody. I want to be this person. I want to be that person. That person. That person. Who's this person here? Let me see this. Who's this? The real ass. Nothing. The real. This is cat up here. The real ass. I don't know. I don't see. The real ass. I don't know who you are, but I'll get to you in a second. No sweat. Wait a minute. So that's what we're talking about, man. Like the it's a very American. When you dish your own because you want to make another nation proud, it's because you're American, man. You're an American. That's what Americans do. They do it to you. But that's because you raised in that house. You're in that house. Again, think about the movie, right? Think about the characters. Think about the movie. You're in the house of America. You're going to follow the rules of America. Now, what's interesting to note is that it's not the white woman's house.
Right.
It's not her house at all. It's the brother's house, but he's sitting there just following the rules of the land. It's his damn house, man. It would have been different if it was brothers in there, because he probably would have kicked them out. That's very American to not like your brother.
Yeah.
It's very American to do that, you know. Hence Thanksgiving and Christmas, which are holidays that you're going to celebrate because you're an American. You're going to celebrate it, and you and your family are going to fight. It happens every year. You despise them when they come over. You know you don't like them. It's going to happen again this year too. You start to dislike your family more and more towards this time of year, if you notice, because then you're going to be spending money. Then now all of the things that they've done to you are coming into play. They're going to go, oh, well, this person don't deserve this, and I ain't getting in that. It is fueled by hate, which is what this house is built upon. The very house that we all live in right now, this world that we live in, is built on hate. Here's what we're going to do. The Black Hispanic Native is we're going to leave this world behind. We're going to leave this world behind and go to our world, because that's where we belong. It's always better when we're not a part of their world. Even the damn fish understand it. It's called Sea World, right? Dig this. It's called Sea World. They live in the sea, right?
Right.
But there are schools of fish. You understand? The dolphins, the whales, the guppies, the bottom feeders, the scavengers. Yeah, they may cross, but they're in their own little world, and they're happy. And then what happens when they cross paths and then they get into each other's territories? They fight. Because even in that world that they're in, they want to stick to themselves. They want to be with their own.
That's right.
The insects, the wildlife, they understand this concept. The kingdoms, animal kingdom, they understand the concept. They understand the concept of we need to be with our own in this world. This is our world. This is where we live. This is our place. This is where we need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people are the only ones that don't understand that concept. Keep going on that precept for me, Palak.
Common concert. Verse 21. Salakia, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
They are all of them snared in holes.
That's what we are right now. But this is a people talking about us. This is a people robbed and spoiled. We robbed and spoiled, right? They are all of them in snared holes, which are traps. That's a trap. That's what we are here. That's what we are. Even Mahershala Ali character in the damn movie, he's in his own house, yet he's trapped. He's in the damn basement like a slave, man. And there's a real Black American somewhere going, ooh, hoo, hoo, yeah, I can't. That's me. And no such thing as a Black Hebrew Israelite, the ass. That's not. And you're right, it is very American because it's not a term that we use. It is a term Americans use, and you use it, which goes to show that you're an American, obviously. And your name is the ass. We're the Hebrew Israelites, not the black Hebrew Israelites. The Israelites, the chosen people to you. Keep going on that Sloggy. Go ahead, Mahershala. I see you. Yeah.
What you say his name? What's his name on there?
The ass?
How much?
I think so. The ass bling, ass.
Now, how much homosexual and sodomite can you be to get on TikTok and name yourself?
I think I'm looking too far. I mean, I'm not. I think his name is the real ass. The real ass. I don't know. Is it the real ass bling?
I mean, God, no.
No, I think it's the real assembling, I guess, but it looks like the real ass bling from this.
We're gonna go with that.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, because he wants our attention. And I think it's a girl. I don't know. You know, sometimes you can tell the spirit of the person that's typing if it's a man or woman because men don't type long ass crap. It's not our thing to do the back and forth thing like that. You know what I mean? Like war is battle, sure, but when you lose the battle, you just got to move on. Apparently, he lost the battle. Rob was tearing his ass up in there. He lost the battle, but he's still gonna rob like I'm good. I once you cut the head off the snake, it's like, what's the point now at this point? Yeah, watch it. Yeah, watch it. And shout out to the real ass bling. All right. Keep going. Was there more on that? Halak?
Rock you, sir, if I may.
Hold up, Halak. Who that? Azar?
Khan.
Hey, shalom, Lord Christ is good, Azar, man. Where you been at, man?
Shalom, sir, Lord in Christ. Officer Azar checking in, sir, if I may.
Sorry.
Real heavy points bringing in, sir. And it just came out that, the Pope, so-called Pope, he just, now they could, Catholics could bless, alternative weddings. So that's why this Asblade's coming out. They celebrating, they happy. Now their wicked Pope and pastors can bless their weddings.
Right.
It's
right.
1 week. I don't want to make this 1 week after they had the sex scandal in the U.S. Capitol.
Right.
Two alternative lifestyle people defiling their inner sanctums, the holy of holies. You know what I mean? And now they come out and blessing it, and then ass candy's coming out to celebrate. So the oppressors, the devil, the Bible speaks of. So
that's right. Damn right, brother. Damn right. You see what we teach in this house? You see what's going on over here? Azar y'all is not getting in the basement. I'm gonna let you know that right now. He'll rent you a room, but Azar gonna put the devil in the basement, boy. He might not even get in the house, and then Azar mess around charging $3,000 for a little bedroom. Azar about that life, boy. All right, give me some more on that, Halak.
Khan, sir. Verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
They are all snared in holes.
That's right. That's us. Keep going.
And they are hid in prison houses.
And they are hid where?
And they are hid in prison houses.
They are hid in prison houses. Keep going.
They are for a prey.
We are for a prey. That's what we are. Keep going.
And none delivereth.
None delivereth. Don't that sound like us? Don't that sound like Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous who actually fill up the damn prison system? Look that up for yourself, Ass Bling. Look it up for yourself. It's real. We fill up the prison system, which it says right here. They are hid in prison houses. They are a prey. Keep going.
Khan. For a spoil,
Mm-hmm.
and none saith restore.
Nobody coming to save you, man. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indigenous man, woman, and child. This is you. This is us. No pun intended for show purposes. But this is who we are. That movie is nothing more than it's a campaign for Kumbaya. It has all of the elements that you see of racism and lustfulness and perversion with the white boy who's zooming in on the black girl, obviously. And then you have the Karen in there. And then I didn't even get to Kevin Bacon's character. My God, Captain America, I didn't even get to him yet. You know, he is the depiction, the clear depiction of get out of our country. You know, MAGA hat, flag in the background, that type of jazz. You know, but he don't count as the six. He's outside of that house. You know, he's Captain America for sure, though. You know, he's laying down the laws of the land. You understand? But this is you in this instance. Now, what the hell are you going to do now that you know that? Now that you know what we are, we're housed, we're in prison systems, we're in poverty, we're in the basement, it's our land. Now, what are you going to do? Here's what you should do. Leave this world behind. Leave this world behind. This world doesn't give a damn about you. It never cared for you. It never loved you. Give me John 15 and 19 to prove it.
Come.
The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 19.
Come, sir. The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 19.
Right.
And it reads, if ye were of the world, the world would love his own.
If you were of the world will love its own. Now, for those of you that are American, does this world love you? Hell no. Any Black American, Hispanic American, Native Indigenous American who believe you American, does this world that you love so much love you? Probably not. I'll prove it. The sister who tried to burn down MLK's house, okay? She was a decorated veteran in the Marines, if I'm not mistaken. Now, that's some love for America, ain't it? When you get in that military, the woman has a mental illness, and they don't give a damn about that decorated nothing. And they don't give a damn about her mental illness. But yet she loved America so much so that she would go put on a tight little uniform and go on the ship and sail the 7 seas or whatever the hell they do in the Marines. And then they treated her like a dog when she attempted to burn down Martin Luther King, whose real name is Michael, his little toy house over there on Auburn Street, whatever street that is. All right. Martin Luther King is American, very American. He wanted integration. The house that he was trying to get us into or led us into, he then said was a burning house. Go figure. To the point of the plot of this movie as well. Integration doesn't work. You get the point? Michael King tried it. It didn't work. Before Michael, we were good. Blacks had their own business. And then he came along being a shining example of a Mahershala Ali's character. Non-violence. We shall overcome and kumbaya and I got a wet dream and all that garbage, right? Trying to put us together. He was doing a lot of that. And you see what they did to him. And look what happened to us. We ain't never been the same since. Civil rights movement. We have to fight for a right for them to be civil. Ain't that bizarre? Just to have basic human rights, we got to fight for them. When a police dog and a police horse have more rights than you. You understand? But this world don't love you. Keep going.
Come. But because ye are not of the world.
Because ye are not of the world. We are not of this place. Keep going.
But I have chosen you out of the world.
I have chosen you out of the world. Leave it behind. Leave that world behind, brother. Keep going.
Come. Therefore, the world hateth you.
Let me tell you something, Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indigenous man. You could have American on your birth certificate. You could wear an American flag. You could be Captain America for Halloween. Although you put all that American stuff on and you try to cover yourself with that covering that is not of the Lord, the world is still going to despise of you. And you know that you are the chosen people of the Lord because what I'm actually saying is true. If an African puts on an American flag, nobody even bothers to hate him. Nobody even bothers to despise him. If an Asian comes over here I'm an American, yeah. Nobody bothers. Okay? Nobody cares.
Right.
But no matter how American you are, somebody like the Covington dude, the UFC dude, will tell you to get out this country. You should get out of here. Even though you're so American. You understand? Because you are the chosen. You are not of this world, and they know it. Your oppressor knows it, man. He know it. And no matter how much you try to pretend like I'm an American, yeah, I love the 4th of July. I love white chicks. Yeah. You'll keep doing that to please him, yet he will still despise of you.
Right.
Read it again from the top, Halak, if they don't believe it. Nice and loud, brother.
Come, sir. John chapter 15 and verse 19. If ye were of the world would love his own.
Mm-hmm.
But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world,
Right.
therefore the world hateth you.
The world it hates you, man. It doesn't like you. It don't like you. It never will like you, and you got to get over that. Leave that world behind. There's a whole new world that you should be interested in. And that's this world that we live in. That's this house that we live in. That's why it's called the home of the truth. You understand? We friends in here. We more than that. We brothers and sisters in here. You understand? Home of the truth. Come into this house. We always calling us agents. Yeah, we real estate agents, neighbor. Come on in here and embrace your culture and your family. And if you don't, go outside and be like the real ass bling, hate people, and continue to do the work of your father, the devil. If that, I'm not sure. I don't know if the real ass bling is still up there. I don't see him no more. I don't care. But the real ass bling, you know, he's gonna do the work of his father, the devil. He's gonna do it. He's gonna continue to hate. He's an American. You know, brothers like that are American. It is very American to hate to hate your own brother here. You know, it is very American, and we are not Americans. We are the chosen. I want to put that on the birth certificate so bad, but I know whose house I'm in at this particular moment. But there will come a time in the day where a new kingdom will come, and I ain't got the man. I can't wait. I can't wait. Read that again from the top, Halak, and then we're gonna move on. I got two more, and we're gonna slide off out of here.
Come, sir. The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 19. If ye were of the world would love his own.
Mm-hmm.
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you.
And make no mistake about it. Hey, Halak, what color is that writing? It's in red, right?
Come, sir.
We all know what that means, right? For those of you say that the Most High loves the world because he gave his only begotten Son and blah 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 blah. He sent his Son for somebody. It ain't the people you think. You understand?
That's right.
He sent his Son for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Salvation is only for the Jews, man.
Come.
Again, there goes that word again, house. House of Israel. They didn't say house of Ham. They didn't say house of Moab. They didn't say house of Amalek. They didn't say that at all. House of Israel. And there are 12 tribes of Israel. If you're not one of those tribes, you don't belong in this house.
Right.
You ain't even in the basement at this point. You ain't on the property. You understand? Give me John 17 and 14. We'll keep it in red. So that way we can seal the point home. Mike says we are all God's chosen ones. Period. Prove it. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21 says you got to prove all things. Show me where Hamites are the chosen people. Or better yet, show me where Esau is the chosen people. You got that for me?
Come, sir.
All right, let's seal it off. Go ahead, brother.
Come. The book of John, chapter 17 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
I have given them thy word,
Right.
and the world hath hated them.
They listen. Listen. When we go out into the streets and we open up this book, now, mind you, this book is the key to our salvation, identity, you name it. Okay? It has everything we need in it to live, to properly live right and righteously, right? And for those of us who have been at camp before, when we open this book and we start reading from it, all hell breaks loose. They despise us for reading it. Now, why do they do that? Here's the reason why. It's the words in the book. It's what the Lord is saying about us and what he is saying about them that they don't want to hear. Now, mind you, when we are at camp, there is some Christians, they chill down there by the MARTA station, right? They're holding the same book, but they don't teach out of it. And if they do decide to teach out of it, they only teach scriptures that America taught them. They only teach the words of, God loves everybody, and God hate the sin and hate the sinner, whatever the hell all those contradictions that plague our people, which are not in here. And when you start to read from here, you are hated because of it. When you actually read from there, when you tell the chosen people, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people, that they are the true Jews of the Bible. When you talk about the seal of David, which the so-called Jewish man was wearing, and nobody said anything. Nobody said nothing until we started wearing it. When Black people wear an ankh and a cross, nobody says nothing. The minute we start embracing our culture, it's a problem. It's a problem because we're getting closer to knowing who we are. Mahershala, go ahead.
Yeah, now what I wanted to say was, I was at slavery and, people that, they were talking about the Bible and this and that.
Yeah.
Pretty much doing all that prosperity, God loves everybody.
Yeah.
Jesus, what is it? Christ is all colors and all that.
Right.
So I broke it down, let them know Christ is a black man, whatever. First thing, first thing. I don't believe in all that anyway.
Of course not.
Then you got the cool brother that come on right behind. Yeah, I don't really believe that all. I don't really believe all that anyway. Man, bro. I said, you big dummy. Man wrote every book. You think a book just fell out the sky?
Right.
Landed on it.
Right. That's how they try to get us through. Well, who wrote the book? Who wrote it? Who wrote the laws? Who wrote the laws of this land that you wholeheartedly follow? Who wrote "Don't run that red light, Negro"? Who wrote "Don't run that stop sign"? Who wrote who wrote "Put your seat, click at the ticket"? Who wrote that? You follow that wholeheartedly. That's a good point, Mahershala. They followed that law wholeheartedly until the true Jews opened his Bible and ISUPK tell people what the laws are that we should follow. Oh man, wait a minute, who wrote that? You know why you don't like to hear that? And I'm gonna tie it in again to this movie. When we tell you to follow a certain law or the laws, it is the end of your world. And you don't want to really leave that world behind. Because when we say stop smoking weed, you act like it's the end of the world. You go, oh man, what I'm supposed to do now, man? How am I supposed to deal with my anxiety? Maybe go to the doctor, dummy, and get a pill for it? Go ahead.
Oh my goodness, sir. I heard an idiot tell me, he said, the higher he gets, he get him closer to God.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah. You're gonna meet him. You're gonna get to him soon. You're gonna get to him soon. You understand? But when you tell them that, it's the end of the world. They oh man, what? They act like it's the end of the world. It ain't the end of the world, brother. It's just the end of that world that you used to live, man. It's the end of that world that you used to live. Leave it behind, man. That's what we're trying to show you right now. Leave that world behind. All of the banging these whores, Salakia, these women of the night, because TikTok is sensitive. It's America now. It's America.
What you say we got to use women of the night?
Women of the night. You know, TikTok is, and again, it goes to show you the way America is. Freedom of speech, that you can't say the WHOR. You can't say that. Can't say it. Yet they're all over TikTok, though. They're on TikTok. You understand? But you can't say it. Can't say it. But they there. Keep going, Halak.
Khan, sir. John chapter 17 and verse 14.
Yeah.
I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world.
So keep going.
Khan, even as I am not of the world.
Christ is not of this world, man. Why? For all of you out there that oh, we ain't on live, brother. Oh, let me see something. We up here. Hold on. We might be on still. I told you. You can't say it, bro. They'll get you, man. I think so. They might. I don't care. I don't care. It's all right. There it is. You better not. I'm only talking about the movie, kind of, sort of, maybe. But they'll get you. You know why? They don't like me because I'm not of this world, man. I'm not pushing the agenda and the narrative of America. I'm not pushing that. If I was up here, in a way to present what America presents, which is hating one another and hating the oppressed people, the rich man, the poor man, I wouldn't even get blocked. Listen, here's how funny it is, right? And I'll prove it to you. I think we still on good. Most High Christ. There's a girl on TikTok, okay, that is emulating a character in the game. Some Asian crap. I don't know what it is. Okay. She's making popcorn with a flat iron, ladies. She's making a popcorn with a flat iron. I'm not lying. I wish I was making this up, right? And all she does is this. Yum, 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 yum. Hundreds of thousands of views, man. Hundreds of thousands of views and likes and men up there asking to take her out. You know why? Here's the reason why. Because it is very. Go ahead, Mahershala. Let me see if you got it, brother.
Is it because paraphrase what the scripture say about how long you simple with love simplicity?
That too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Because it's a part of this world, and the world loves you if you want to be song like you talking about.
Exactly.
Rapping shit.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. Give that brother a hand too. Give him a hand. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Because when you are of this world and you do the things of this world, it loves you. I just said it in John 15 and 19. If ye were of the world will love its own.
Yeah.
And this right here, yum, yum, and yum, 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 yum. I don't know if y'all saw this shit. It is absolutely insane. But people love her. You know why? Because this, making a black woman look absolutely ridiculous, is of the world. A black woman gets pregnant she's pregnant twerking on stage, of the world. It promotes the word that I can't say. The lady of the night. Lady of the night. It promotes that. But let it be a sister who's submissive and silent and who honors her husband, who's a black man, and who says that my husband is my authority. He is my head. He is my Lord. What's going to happen to her? We all know, because we got sisters in the school all the time. Here comes the women in the world. They go, and we say the world for a reason, because we talk like that in here. The women in the world go, oh, what? What you mean he's your Lord? And then I don't know about that. And here, oh, Christ is my Lord. They hate you, man. They will come and hate you, brother and sister. because you are not of this world. We left the world behind for real. We left it behind for real. And now, because we left that world behind, we are in this one, and it is absolutely beautiful here.
That's right.
It's beautiful here. So if you're going to follow the movie, understand what it is. It is 6 people in the house trying to get along. It never happens. And at the end of the movie, the sole survivor who's been pushing the narrative of Friends all movie long gets to sit there and watch Friends, which is initially, if they ever did a part 2, will probably be that. Because what is that little girl going to teach the lineage now? What is she going to do? She's going to promote that. Okay, that's the last thing that she's seeing, and that's what she wanted. She's promoting it. I think somebody look it up to see if her name is Rose. I think it's Rose. That movie, the Leave the World Behind. I think her name is Rose. The World Behind. I think the little girl's name is Rose. Is it true? I believe it is. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that the family's last name is Thorns. Rose Sam. There you go. Rose. You know, the rose that grew from concrete. This is conspiracy talk now. The rose that grew so beautiful that she was able to be innocent in a time like this. All she wanted to do was watch Friends. You know? Deer coming out the woods and you know what I mean? Like all this stuff going on. And just watching Friends, being a glutton, shoving that food all in her mouth, you know, happy go lucky. Because she's about to get the thing she wants, which is to watch that finally. To watch the 2 entities that have been fighting for years, even in the womb, it's biblical, have been fighting for years, even in the womb, are getting along in that house of America. Well, here's something that you didn't know, Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indigenous man. The next time you look at that movie and it says leave the world behind, ask them what world they're talking about. In that world, they're talking about technology and the phone and all that other good stuff. But what other things are in that world? What things are in that house? You understand? Look at what the movie is telling you. I always stress this out to you guys because it's a real thing. Okay? The oppressor is very, very skilled in the way that he tells a story. Just like the 10 Commandments movie. If you just saw the 10 Commandments movie, you would think that Moses is white. You would think that. All of us grew up in a household where the picture of Christ was white. Until what? We got into the truth and realized that he is black. So the movie is trying to tell you something too. It's the whitewashing. The whitewashing of pictures, but in this instance, it's a motion picture. So that's what we're trying to teach you guys, that there's still an agenda there. They can't do it with pictures so much anymore. They can't go inside of a goddamn, they can't go inside of a museum and do it for real, but they'll do it with a motion picture. Hence that movie, what's that one with Brad Pitt, The Mexican? And then who was the Tom Cruise was the last samurai? Are you kidding me, man? Are you joking? The samurai, Tom Cruise. Okay. All right. Tom Hanks, the last black man alive. You know what I mean? You gotta watch what you gotta see what's actually being, what is the message that's being conveyed to me. Okay.
Rock it, sir. Hey.
Go ahead, Azar.
On concert, really heavy points being brought out. You know what I'm saying? They even had the nerve to say Bill Clinton was the first black president. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And you know, these devils now they saying they had a movie in UK where, you know, they had an Edomite play Michael Jackson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they'll say, oh, it's for inclusion and it's all for love, you know, this and that. You know what I'm saying? And when it's time for us to pay the check, oh, nah, we can't go that in Osalaki, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's over. It's over. That's what happens. When you see these things in movies, it's not an accident. It's done on purpose. Hamites.
It's like it's
I got you. Go ahead, Magula.
Hey, cuz, so to answer a question about every point you made when you describe the movie as like the show Friends, right?
Yeah.
It kind of, it's the same to say, it kind of puts you in the mind of like, even with The Walking Dead and shows like that, where it's like they try to prepare us for the end of the world. It ain't like they showing the part where they gonna try to fight the Most High, but they try to gear it to the part where we all friends, so that they can already be friends, so that when Christ comes, it's like we all when people try to fight against somebody that's something bigger than us that's trying to destroy us. Like,
yeah, for sure. Why do you think they have alien invasion movies? Alien invasion movies, which we see it all the time, is one called Independence Day, right? A UFO comes out of the sky, and for those of us who are in the truth, that ship is depicted in the Bible. It's in the book of Ezekiel, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? And on that said ship is some angels that's about to get down, and Christ is going to crack that sky open, probably just like Independence Day, and come get his people out of this captivity that he's in. Okay? Now, interestingly enough, there's a nation of people that believe that's going to happen. Right. The oppressor knows what's coming. The closer we get to more brothers waking up into this truth, the closer the days come to the day where Christ returns. You understand? So they're trying to visually prepare us for that day. Because when that damn saucer come out of the sky, when that chariot comes out of the sky, you're going to see black people and white people and Asian people all unifying together to go get guns and be like, yeah, we're going to fight the enemy, because you think it's an alien because of what? Because of a movie.
That's right.
When if you're in the truth, you know what is exactly on that ship, on that chariot, is what the scripture calls it. You know what's on the chariot, you know who's on the chariot, and you know why they're there. So I'm not going to be doing anything besides waiting with my face buried into the ground, waiting for salvation.
Come, sir.
I'm not helping you. I don't care who's giving a speech, and we will not go off into the night. No, y'all Americans go ahead and do that. Good luck. And there's proof of that. Why do you think they have a Space Force? What do you think the Space Force is set up for? They know what's coming. We're the only ones that don't, because we don't read the Bible, and we choose not to listen to brothers in ISUPK because you think you know better. And we're trying to prepare you. That's what being brotherly is, giving you the knowledge of what's to come, prophesying. You understand? Just like our forefathers have done for us and the prophets before us. But for sure, Michael, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to unify all the nations right now through film and show you this kumbaya moment. When Christ returns, they want you to do the same thing. Because make no mistake about it, the oppressor, he's going to need some allies. He's going to need some friends for that. Man, he's going to need some friends then. Oh, boy. And they know what's coming. For sure. Give me, let's seal the deal off home here, right? Let's get to the meat and potatoes of it. Give me 2 Corinthians 6 and 16.
Come, sir.
All right. 2 Corinthians 6 and 16. You got his own. What's that? What up, everybody? Hey, Shalom, what's going on? Y'all see y'all on TikTok. What's good? They didn't ban us. Check that out. There's certain words you can't say on TikTok, man. I'm learning that as we go along here. Lady of the night works. Lady of the night works, man. Yeah, Lady of the night works. All right. And if y'all on TikTok, go over to ISUPK Atlanta on YouTube. Go check out that video I was talking to you about, man. Where that dude was down there at that border yelling and screaming, talking about, these immigrants coming into his country. It ain't your country. It ain't your house. You know what I mean? You probably in New Mexico or Arizona somewhere. Mexicans used to have that until you showed up. You got that from me, Halak?
Come, sir.
All right, read it when you got it, brother.
Come. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 15.
16.
Salaki, sir. Verse 16.
Uh-huh.
And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols?
Listen, the house of the Lord, we don't have no agreement with idols. All those things that y'all worship out there, including America and the flag and what it means to be American, these are all idols that you hold. That flag, that damn eagle that's soaring through the sky, we don't have no agreement with them, man. The house of God has no agreement with that at all. So that's why in the movie, when they're trying to present and give you this friendship thing, we all can just be friends and coexist. We can't. We never been able to. We ain't never been able to coexist. Okay? Can we do business? Sure. We could trade, commerce, and all. We could do business. I could buy a shirt. But unity is what is the thing that never can happen. And it's a formula that is constantly pushed in a narrative that's constantly pushed, yet the result of it is always the same. It always ends in like some type of a collision, like it's a head-on-head, like a car accident. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all because we don't have no agreement with you. Keep going.
Khan, sir. For ye are the temple of the living God.
So we are the temple of the living God, man. 12 tribes of Israel, lost sheep of the house of Israel. We are his people, not the so-called Jewish man with the little hat, not him. You know, not him. Us. Keep going.
Khan, sir. As the most High has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God.
And I will be their God. That's important to understand. I will be their God. Their God. He came to get us out of Egypt in Exodus. He didn't come to get anybody else. He didn't come for Ham. He didn't come for the Hamites. You understand? Because if God loved everybody, then where is Pharaoh at right now? Where was Pharaoh then? If he loved everybody, shouldn't everybody have just been chilling? Right? Shouldn't we have all just gotten along? If he loves everybody, why did he off Pharaoh and his men in the lineage? Go ahead, Marsha.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna piggyback on what you said. If God loves everybody, why he killed all the firstborn, everything?
Yeah, why he unalive the firstborns? You understand? Well, why if he loved everybody, why did he do it? And who did he do it for? That's the what I mean. That's the important question. Why did he do it?
And the firstborn wrote it.
Yeah, it's like, he said, let my people go, right? He said, let my people go. He didn't say let all people go. He didn't say all lives mattered. He said, let my people go. Through Moses, let my people go. Didn't happen like that. Didn't happen like that. Keep going.
Khan. And I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
Oh, that's self-explanatory. I will be their God, and they should be my people. Obviously. Keep going.
Khan. Verse 17. Salaki, sir. You want me to read 17?
Yeah. It says, wherefore come out from among them.
Khan, sir.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Wherefore come out from among them.
Come out from among them. You Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people, come out from among them, man. Come out from among those Americans that you want to seek love from so much. Come out of them. Come out of America, man. Come out of it. Leave that world behind, man. Leave it behind. It don't prosper you to say that you're an American. You know what prospers you? It prospers to say that you're an Israelite, from the tribe of Judah, from the tribe of Benjamin, from the tribe of Levi, from the tribe of Gad, and so on and so forth, man. That's what is beneficial to you, because knowing that is what sets you free from everybody else. That's how you are set apart, because you're able to say it because you know it. You understand? You should be able to put it on a damn driver's license. Cross out African American and put Israelite, tribe of Judah, tribe of Benjamin, Levi. You understand? Simeon and Ephraim, and so on and so forth. That should be on my damn driver's license. But we live in this house called America. I know what I am. Mahershala knows who he is. Halak knows. All of us know what we are.
That's right.
We know what we are. And we're trying to teach you what you are. We're trying to teach you to understand what you are, not what America titles you. to be.
Right.
Keep going. This is the important part.
Come. And be ye separate.
Be what?
And be ye separate.
Be ye together.
Be ye separate.
Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate. Leave that world behind. Stop trying to get together. Keep going.
Saith the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And touch not the unclean thing.
Touch not the unclean thing. That's the interesting point to keep in mind. Keep going.
And I will receive you.
Let me seal this home for y'all, right? Because we can go more, but that's cool. The Lord is telling us to be separate. And in order to be separate from this place, you have to stop putting on that unclean spirit of this place. Stop calling yourself him, they, him, her, have, hey, how, he, she. Stop calling yourself an American. Stop calling yourself an African American. Stop celebrating Christmas and everything that comes with being in this house. Stop being a part of this house. Leave this world behind and get into the home of the truth under the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana. That's what's important. That's more important. You know why? Because if you are living in this world and you living in this house and you living under these conditions, you are going to suffer the same conditions over and over and over again. If America is the house that I'm referencing in that movie, Leave the World Behind, it is not a prosperous house. It is a haunted house. You understand? It is a house full of lies. It's a house full of unaliving, crimes, genocide, you name it, gentrification. That's the house that we are currently living in. We live in an oppressed ass haunted house. It's real life. It's a horror movie. But inside of that house comes all of these things, death, lynching, sundown towns, and all of this stuff. And you want to beat your chest and say, I'm an American, yeah. And by saying you're an American, you're saying that you agree with all of that stuff that they do to our people, which is why you'll talk about border control and say that immigrants are not allowed to come over here. They shouldn't, oh man, illegal. You say that about our people. You mentioned how the Native American person is in your family because you got hair like them, yet you celebrate Thanksgiving, which is very American. You call yourself an African American, yet embrace more than Africa than you do actually Black history. You embrace America. You embrace the African and the American part in African American and denounce anything Black. Proof of that. Here's the proof. Wakanda forever. You go there, you're doing this. You're wearing dashikis. I ain't never seen an African wear a dashiki, by the way. I ain't never seen an African wear ankh. But you embrace the African part because you think you're African American. You wear the ankh and the dashiki, and you're doing this, and you go over to Africa, you and your girlfriend, and you stand in front of the Sphinx and the pyramids and do this with the, to make the pyramid tiny. You're gonna embrace that. You're doing those dances that you see on TikTok where the girl kicks her feet up and slams it on the ground. You're doing all that stuff because you think you're African. Here's what you don't do. You don't put a bone in your nose. Do you? You don't put a bone in your nose. You don't practice genital mutilation, which they do over there. There's 52 countries there, and over 80% of them still practice that till this day. Go ahead, Mahershala.
Right, sir. I ain't never seen an African wear with them African chains like we do.
I ain't never seen it.
Yeah,
I ain't never seen it.
I ain't never seen it.
They don't have to. They know they're African. The only person that has to wear that African chain is the person that thinks that they are. Yeah, it'd be like me wearing a chain that's the state of New Jersey. I don't need to wear it. I know I'm from there. I ain't never got it. Why? Anybody got a state? And people, sisters get it tatted on them. Africa. Yeah. On they behind? You know what I mean? And then be like, oh, you going to visit the motherland? You be like, ew. Really? You disgusting. Why? Like, you know what I mean? You don't got a tattoo of nothing else. Your state where you came from. Yeah, the Oklahoma. Yeah, Tulsa. Always remember. Never forget. You know what I mean? It's in here. What the hell why I got to do all that for? But they embrace the African and the American. They don't embrace the black, though. You know, they don't embrace it, man. And that's the point. Last scripture, give me Revelations 18:4.
Come on, sir.
Get up out of this place, man. Get up out of here. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indigenous man, woman, and child. We doing a dog test next week, man. All right, got a mission coming up. 31st, we're going to feed the homeless. As they say, we're a hate group. How we a hate group if we feed people? You understand that logic? You understand? It's a beautiful time, man. This world we live in is absolutely amazing because it is of the Lord. We left that world behind a long time ago.
That's right.
We left the world a long time ago. You got that scripture for me on Halak?
Come on, sir.
All right, let's get it and get up out of here.
Come on. Revelations chapter 18 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her.
Come out of America. Come out of her. Come out of this house. Go ahead.
Come out of her, my people.
My people. Keep going.
That ye be not partakers of her sin.
That you better not partake in those sins, man. Don't partake in them. Get out of this place, man. Get out of the alternative lifestyle and all that, all the things that come with this place. Get up out of here. Leave that world behind. Keep going.
Come on. And that ye receive not of her plagues.
That's what's going to happen when you are of this world. You receive the plagues that come with living in this type of house. You're going to receive them. Your diseases, your drug epidemics. You're on meth because America promotes meth. They promote cocaine. They promote having fun. They promote ladies of the night and the men who take advantage of them. They promote all of that. How beautiful would it be if you just leave this world right behind, man? Leave this lifestyle that you live behind. Don't try to make it work because it doesn't work. It didn't work. And if somebody can show me a point in time where it has worked, then we'll be quiet. But you can't show me a time where it works. Not for us. Not for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people.
Right.
That's why it's time to come out of this place and leave this world behind. It doesn't benefit us. We are living in the house of robbers. The scriptures say the house of robbers, it prospers. I'm paraphrasing, of course. I believe it's the tabernacles of robbers prosper. And it's the very people who have taken the house and calling it their own and telling you got to get out the house when it's your house to begin with. The tabernacle, the house of robbers prosper. Just like in the movie. They took this brother's house, yet this brother is paying them money as if he's inconveniencing them. Which is what we do when we apologize in this place. But we'll submit to it because most of y'all are Mahershala Ali's character. You understand? Get up out of this place. Full force, use that title and stick to it. Leave this world behind. Leave it behind. It doesn't benefit us. It's only created plagues and war and disease, and it forces us to hate each other. Yeah. I don't want to live in a world with crabs in the barrel. I don't want to live in that type of world. You understand? I want to live in a world where we could actually charge the cat that put us in the barrel. That's right. You understand? That's the point. All right. And with that, pass the class off to preaching officer Mahershala.
Man, I always come with those heavy classes. You go right there. Yeah. ain't checking that.
Yeah, probably.
Get that priest of prophet a hand. Get that priest of prophet a hand right there. Very heavy class, very heavy class. We can leave this place behind. Damn right. I don't want. This is the ISUPK security announcements. Where the ISUPK started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. Ma'ashra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy communications. We just got out of the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah. We will be going into the Feast of Purim in the month of February, the 22nd of February, 2024. Remind all Akim Akwak to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that, we'll get a teacher courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Shabbat. And with that, it says, peace, God, in the name of Christ, bless you. I know we got a few sisters online, so we'll give them a courtesy salute. Sar, which means turn. We'll get a sisters a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatham by Hashem Yahushua, which means peace, peace, Lord, watch over you, in the name of Christ. Yasmatah, which means hands down, class dismissed.
That's right.